If you like overreaction and if you like the Daniel Blair Show, then you are going to love Main Event Moto. Come hang with us over at patreon.com/main event moto. We see the comments. We know you want more. We know you want longer. But that's what we do at Main Event Moto. We have long form podcasts where we break everything down layer by layer, and we have a really, really good time. Sometimes too much fun, and that's the point. So come join us over at patreon.com/main event moto. Let's party.
The Daniel Blair Show, sponsored by motosport.com, Mika Metals, Race Tech, ASV Inventions, and Guts Racing.
So many storylines heading into Pittsburgh, but there can only be two lead stories. And it's Seth Hammaker and Chase Sexton. And Enzo Timmerman. I'll get to him in a bit. Let's start with Seth, who won the 250 main event in Jersey fairly easy, without the dramatics or even much of a battle. When you win your first Supercross, it's emotional and meaningful, a lifetime of dreams and heartbreak wrapped into one night. His second win felt that way too, because of the gap in between. But once you start winning them regularly, it all changes. The expectations go up. It goes from I think I can win to I better win, and that's the way it's starting to feel for Seth. But this was a big one and a meaningful one, mainly because of the points that gave him sole possession of the red plate with 2 rounds left and a championship that he is now positioned to win. For those who don't know Seth's background and story, I covered it in detail a few weeks back. The guy has been through countless trials and injuries, inconsistencies, missed seasons. That chapter's already been written. But what's happening now is Seth Hammaker writing a new chapter, a new story where the script has flipped, where his potential is finally turning into something real, and straight up, the dude is legit. This version of Seth Hammaker is different. He's sharpened the blades, refined the way he rides the bike, which, in my opinion, has fixed the crashing. He's cleaned up the technique and turned weaknesses into strengths. And now he looks confident. He looks polished. He's not just racing anymore with high heart rate and hope. He's controlling the races. And with that control comes an opportunity to take down 2 defending champions in the same series. The always relentless and 2024 West Coast champ RJ Hampshire, and Tom Vial, the defending East Coast champ and a 2-time world champion. Now, I'm not diving back into the 30 years of history books, but how often do we get both 250 champs, East and West, battling on the same coast for a title? I'm not sure if it's even happened before, but it's happening right now, and beating them both would be an incredible feat for Seth if he can pull it. And it's not just the defending champs. Don't forget the names that started this thing. Max Anstey, Levi Kitchen, Pierce Brown, Cameron McAdoo. They were all in the gate at the opener, plus the defending champs, and Nate Thrasher, Dax Bennick, and Chance Hymas. This thing was loaded, and through all of it, there's Seth Hammaker, the guy nobody picked, not a favorite, not a title guy, not even close. Fast? Absolutely. A podium guy? Most likely. A race winner? Maybe. But a champion? What a rad sport. There's 2 rounds to go, and Seth is locked in a dogfight with RJ Hampshire, a battle between grit and precision. The hammer versus the scalpel. And Seth holds the lead barely, heading into the last East-only race of the season. This Saturday is a big one, a must-win. He needs the points gap bigger before he gets to Salt Lake City. Because in Salt Lake City, the West Coast boys will be waiting and will most likely play a role. Hayden Deegan won't just cruise around. Cole Davies is establishing himself as the best 250 Supercross racer in the world, and Juju Beaumare can use a little late-season redemption. And most importantly, RJ Hampshire, who proved last year that he can close in that building against a PC Cowie rider, like he did with Levi Kitchen. If you're Seth, you need every point, and this weekend in Pittsburgh is a massive opportunity to get him and grab his 3rd win of the season. And now to Chase Sexton. The dude took a gamble, not only with his unreal whoop speed in Jersey on a track that was pretty sketchy, honestly, but the bigger gamble was entering into the mind game battle with the ultimate boss, where he did something no one expected or agreed with. He played Cooper Webb's game with Cooper Webb. Gave him a little taste of his own medicine, a finger gun, a little pew-pew, and honestly, that shocked me. That's not Chase's style. He's always been kind of a nice guy, polished, humble, respectful, but in Philly, he went right at Coop. Most thought it was a mistake. Why poke the bear? Why give Webb extra motivation? I mean, Cooper doesn't need much to flip the switch and become the cold-blooded killer we've seen for years. But Chase did it, and here's the twist. It worked. It actually worked. Now, maybe he wasn't even trying to provoke Cooper. Maybe he was trying to give himself a spark. Maybe he was trying to put himself in a corner with only one way out. Or maybe he just was like, oh, damn, what did I just do when he did it? But either way, he gambled. And on Saturday afternoon in Jersey, he cashed in big. And I don't think anybody was as surprised as Cooper was. I mean, think about it. He's lived rent-free in these guys' heads over the years because of this exact stuff. The mental edge, the smirks, the subtle jabs. He breaks these dudes down before the gate even drops. But Chase leaned in, gave it right back. And for once, this one didn't work out for Cooper. It actually backfired. I mean, he fired back on the podium in Philly with the kick his ass comment. He fired back after qualifying with the gunshot wound comment, which was really funny. He was engaged in it. He played into it hard. He was fired up, ready to swing. But when the gate dropped, Chase Sexton delivered the biggest beatdown we've seen all season, maybe the biggest one Cooper Webb has ever taken. And it wasn't just a 25-point win. It was a statement, a blowout. Yes, the track helped, the dirt, the whoops. It was all in Chase's favor, but still, he had to deliver, especially with his history of late race screw-ups and losses, especially after playing the game he had to. He had no choice, and he did, quietly. No more trash talk, just speed, precision, dominance. And now, he is the one in control, and it feels different. He's 9 points down with 3 rounds to go, including Denver and Salt Lake, 2 cities he's phenomenal in. If he wins this weekend in Pittsburgh, it's time to worry if you're Cooper Webb. This isn't just about the pace anymore. It's not just about whoops or anything that specific. This has become one-on-one, and it's all mental, a mental war that doesn't feel so one-sided anymore. And Cooper's wounded a little. He's embarrassed. Ate a big slice of humble pie on the podium. Guys like him don't sit with that very well. They come back swinging hard, and Pittsburgh is the crossing point. If Cooper rebounds here, Chase is in trouble. If Chase wins again, Coop's in big trouble. This isn't just a title fight anymore. It's a chess match. And right now, heading into Pittsburgh, Chase has Coop in the corner.
Uppers and downers. Uppers and downers and downers.
This week on Uppers and Downers, I'll start with the big downer. Of course, it's Jerry Robin. This is a tough one for everybody. This sport is a tight-knit group, and even though we are a little sport that is trying to be big, we still operate little, and we are like a big family. And when Jerry went down, the internet was was bombing all day. No one really knew exactly what happened, but everyone had this bad feeling, and then the news came out, and everyone went from kind of bumming to really, really bumming. Now, the flip side of the downer is the upper, which is that the industry is pulling together for him, and I understand there's a lot of money being raised. There's people out there doing some cool things to help Jerry, and we all hope that he can make a triumphant return here, and there is hope, even though the hope is little. But this industry is coming together for a guy that everybody likes, a guy that was having a great season, and a guy that I personally like a lot because, let's be honest, in this sport, a lot of these younger kids, they like rap, and I'm just not really into rap, and he is a metalhead. He likes rock. He likes the same kind of bands that I like, so I have a extra personal attachment to Jerry because we're kind of alone in this battle, this rock and roll battle. So I'm just bummed. I'm devastated for him and for everybody close to him. But again, the industry is pulling together for Jerry Robin. That is, of course, my downer. My upper is the SMX Next Championship, which is this weekend in Pittsburgh. I'll be honest, I want to see this thing turn into a championship. I don't like the individual nights. I get where it started, but this thing has turned into such an awesome part of our sport that it needs to be transformed into a championship. But this weekend in Pittsburgh is the individual championship, so whoever wins this one wins it, which leads to my upper, Enzo Timmerman. If they were collecting points all season, he would be your points leader with the red plate going into this race because he's been the best amateur this year in SMX Next. He got second at the first 2 rounds, then he won in Birmingham, had a tough one in the mud, but because he was so good early, he would be leading the points right now with Landon Gordon and Luke Fowler sitting in second and third, pretty close, within range of taking the title from him, of course, if it was a title. But here's the cool part. Mika Metals is a big sponsor of this show. They're a personal sponsor of mine. They sponsor Club MX. I got a long-standing relationship with Mika Metals. Well, Enzo Timmerman's family owns Mika Metals. So I have a personal attachment to Enzo Timmerman as well, and I'm very proud of what he's done this year. He broke his femur last year, missed the entire season after a devastating injury that wasn't his fault, and he is back, and he's had to climb out of a really, really tough place to be the best amateur in SMX Next. Again, he would be your points leader right now going into Pittsburgh. So this weekend, good luck, everybody. It's a one-race winner-take-all for the championship, so everybody's going to be swinging. But if we graduate this program into a championship, I think that's for the best. And if we had it this year, it would be Enzo Timmerman who leads the way. So shout out to Enzo and to the rest of the SMX Next riders on a great season. Next year, though, yeah, let's make it a title.
MainEventMotomerch.com. MainEventMotomerch.com. MainEventMotomerch.com.